What's going on, bandits? It's me, Doc, and today we're going to be doing a video about Destiny 2. It's going to be one of those should you buy it or is it worth it videos. And some things I want to talk about in this video. We're going to do a 3-category rating system on depth, replayability, and fan base, and I'll explain in a minute what each one of those means. I just want to preface this video by saying this is not sponsored by Bungie. They're not paying us, and these are our opinions here at Kill Cobra Studios. I've asked Thor for his input and Brew as well. So, and I've been playing it for a couple, well, probably about a week now. Okay, so we're going to talk about depth first in Destiny 2. And we'll give it a how many ever stars out of 5. That's what we're going to do. And this will probably be a recurring video for different games that we play, and we'll probably use this 3-category system. We're going to start with depth first. The story, Destiny 2, picks up where you left off, and if you haven't played the first one, you're not going to be left out. You're not going to be lost. There's plenty of hints about the previous game and the things that happened there. The mission or the story, whatever you want to call it, is fantastic. You can do it solo without too much effort or trouble, but it might take some practice. I myself have been doing it with my buddies and solo with different characters, and I found that it is slightly easier with somebody, but it's just as fun by yourself. I would recommend that you play with a friend or join a clan for 2 reasons. It will go easier, like I said, and the enjoyment of doing battles with your mates is just always better. You know how that is. Entertainment value alone, in our humble opinion, is amazing. It's not exactly open world, but it has the feeling of it is. You can go off and do whatever the fuck you want to do, and just fart around, you know. If you're a person who needs an agenda to play, you know, like something step by step to follow, there's that as well. You can be very rigid with this game, or you can be very open. That's the great thing about it. There's also perks of playing the storyline. If you want to play in the Crucible, which is Destiny's version of multiplayer, there's gear that you can acquire while playing the base game that will greatly help you in the Crucible. Lots of, you know, everything from guns to abilities, that sort of thing. Upgrading your abilities and subclasses, we'll get into that in a second. Protective armor, that kind of thing. The story is great, and you can play it while you're playing the Crucible. In other words, if you want to break away from the story and jump back on the Crucible or vice versa, it feels like you never really leave the game. It's just kind of all there at one time. Like all games in this nature, there's a leveling up system, but it doesn't seem too grindy. And lastly, in this category, the previous Destiny players may feel like this is more of the same, but this is Bungie, and Bungie made Halo. So if you're familiar with those games, you have a good feeling of what you're about to get into. It's a great game as far as depth. I feel like the story is very deep. There's lots of fucking side missions to do, so lots of fucking things to do. This category for depth, I give it a 4.5 out of 5. Okay, second category, replayability. There are 3 different classes or character styles that you can play with and choose from. You can run all 3 characters at the same time if you want. You can. So, like what I'm doing in the game is I have a character from each class, and I'm one of those people that has to do level everything up evenly. So I'll go back and switch the character back and forth. Just to level it up even. I don't know why I'm like that. I've been that way in in Battlefield, the CODs, all that shit. That's just how I am. Maybe it's my OCD. I don't know. And then within each class, there's subclasses that you can level and like take a path in. So say you want to do a path in something, you can just follow that path, or you can do a mixture of both, whichever one you want to do. Each character reacts differently to certain situations and performs differently as well. The storyline doesn't necessarily have to be played in a certain order either. Now you have to do things, you know, progress in the story as it goes, but there's lots of, like I said, little hidey holes and side missions to go off and fuck around in. And the Crucible, excuse me, offers a variety of different game modes to play in. Now at the time of the video, you can only choose between 2 different types of ways to play the Crucible. One is like a versus mode, the other is like a hardcore mode, but not like hardcore in the sense that you have less armor starting out. The versus play is kind of like just straight deathmatch with some flavors added to it. And then the competitive side which features games like Capture the Flag and Destiny's version of Search and Destroy, among others. So for replayability, it's, you know, you could replay the story a bunch of times based on that you have several different characters to choose from. There's lots of Easter eggs. If you watched one of our streams, I showed Thor the other night the Easter egg at the farm, and if you haven't played the game and don't know what the farm is, it's kind of like the staging area where you, like when you log into the game and get your missions and stuff like that. There's an Easter egg there. There's a mini game in the backyard back there. If you haven't found it, there's a soccer ball with 2 goals back there, so you can get back there and play football or soccer or whatever you want to call it. So for replayability, we give it 4 out of 5 stars. Alright, so the last out of 3 things that we want to talk about for this rating system is fan base. The first Destiny was a huge success. You know, it was a new game by Bungie. They had broken away from Microsoft. It wasn't going to be an exclusive Microsoft game. So again, it was a huge success. Lots of people played it. And with that success, it has brought a ton of players back to Destiny. There's always plenty of people at the farm and tons of clans to choose from and join if you're looking for one. There's an Apple and Android app, a companion app for both of these, so for you stat nuts, you're going to be fine. Lots of fucking options there. Crucible queuing can be a little of a wait, but I don't believe that's a lack of people. I think it's a Bungie server issue at this time. It was the same back in the day when we played Halo. If you want my advice for faster queuing, I know this will sound fucking crazy. I live in the States, in the US, but if you go and switch to the European side of the servers, the queue time is like incredibly faster. I don't fucking understand it at all. But it's that way no matter what time of the day I get on. I live out in the West in mountain time, and you know, it'll be 4 o'clock in the morning in Europe, and I'll fucking queue up in less than 3 minutes. Versus if I'm on the US side, it seems to take about 5 to 8 minutes. So for fan base, based on the returning amount of players and the slow queue time, I'm going to give this one, or we're going to give this one 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, a little wrap up here since we've done rated it. We're going to talk about the Season Pass or the Ultimate Edition, and then we'll cover should you buy it or is it worth it. The Season Pass, it's kind of a weird thing. So on the PC side, and I think it's the same for console versions, you're not really getting a break if you buy the complete package. So if you buy the complete package, I think you might get some like starting gear that might be different, but you're going to pay the same price as if you bought the regular game, the base game, and the Season Pass together. There is no break. You don't get a $5 off. It's the same fucking price. I find that odd, but that might be a Blizzard thing. I don't know. I haven't played a ton of Blizzard games. The only big Blizzard game that I've played is Heroes of the Storm, and you all know that. If you want to buy the Season Pass, I would wait. It might go on sale during the holidays that are coming up. Another reason to wait is if you've never played a Destiny game or never played a Bungie game, don't buy the big package and wait and see if you like it. If you don't like it, then you didn't waste the extra $50. If you do like it, then you didn't really like lose any money. Just go ahead and buy it. Let's see, what else? Oh, you know, another thing I want to talk about too is why Bungie didn't take a page out of the new Star Wars Battlefront game. I know there's a huge conflict with EA and this whole fucking new Battlefront. People are calling it a pay-to-win game. I very much disagree with that, but, you know, that's just my opinion. The best way I know how to describe it is put a plug in here for Jack Frags. Go watch Jack Frags' video on the new Battlefront, and is it a pay-to-win game? He explains in very great detail how it's not a pay-to-win game. Go check it out. Highly recommend it. But I do think that the days of us buying DLC after we've paid for a game it needs to be fucking over. I'm so fucking sick of it. DLC, when you sell it like that, it divides your player base up. So people that bought the base game and can't afford the DLC or have to wait to buy it, it divides them up. So you got half the people, or like probably more like 2/3 of the players, still playing just the base game and maps for multiplayer. And then you have the other quarter of people that have been able to afford the DLC, and so there's less people playing the DLC because the base player, the other 2/3 of them, haven't been able to go out and buy the DLC yet. It's time to fucking quit this DLC bullshit and pay an extra for it. If you want to include the whole game, charge an extra $10. You know, instead of $59.99, make the game $69.99 and include all the fucking DLC for free. I know games are expensive to make, I know DLCs are expensive to make, but I'm sick and tired of getting burnt on this. Okay, moment of truth. Should you buy it, or is this game worth it? Our opinion? Hell fucking yes, you should buy it. You should buy it right now. And why you haven't fucking bought it halfway through this video, and I don't fucking understand. Make your fucking friends buy it as well. All these games are more fun with friends. Maybe you should wait and see what kind of good deal you can get on through the holidays if you're skeptical. But I'm thinking that the PC version, you're just going to pay the $60 no matter what for probably the next 6 months. Unless Steam, not even Steam, unless Blizzard has a big sale. GameStop, I saw it the other day, will have, I think it'll be $5 or $10 off, and which you might get the same if you go and buy a pre-owned copy of Destiny 2 if somebody's returned it, but that's only for the console version. That shit's not going to work on the PC side. In the end, I'm really loving this game, and so are the guys I'm playing it with. Brew, a returning Destiny fanboy, has told me it's a great buy, and he would highly recommend it. Thor, who is brand new to Destiny and never played the first one, I've asked him several times as he regretted purchasing the game. He said no, and he recommends the game. Don't buy into the whole that it's just a reskin game, because it's not. It's a fresh story with better graphics and a better multiplayer system. Buy it motherfucking today. You'll thank us for it. Alright guys, that's our video for today. Let us know in the comments if you disagree with us, because I want to hear about it. If we're all the same, it's fucking boring. So tell me why you disagree with us in the comment section below. Make sure, if you want, subscribe to us. Show us some love. Check us out on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All that shit's in the comment section below, or the description below. Remember, in December, we're going to have a Kill Cobra Studios Christmas party. We're giving away over $2,000 worth of shit. That includes games, computer gear, and movies. Tell your friends and make sure you watch the live stream in December. The dates are coming. It'll be probably a 2 to 4 hour stream mixed with SNS and game streaming. Alright guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Later.